You are looking at a picture of complete contentment.
I know I'm envious.
David, you're getting quite expert at handling these animals. Is this a learning process on your part?
Just luck. When she starts moving soon, she'll have her own way.
Yes. How old is this cub?
I think about 2, 3 months. Ooh, I've just been corrected about 8 weeks.
Oh.
Actually, she's very young. And
Yes.
in fact, surprised. She's kind of big for her age. But when you see those 270 pounders we have in Africa, it's amazing to know that that's what this young lady's going to turn out to be. And they do go as high as somewhere 280 or 300. That's awful big for a lioness.
You know, David, I talk with television people all the time, producers and directors and stars, and you know, you hear about just the problems when everything is going well. Now here you are with the whole troop down there in East Africa. What sort of things are you running into?
Well, it's tremendous. You know, normally we worry about scripts and actors and finally cutting a film. And we have to worry about over there transportation, accommodation, food, insects, second unit, wild animals, Swahili language, location, four-wheel drives, muddy roads, and things like that. It's just unbelievable. I was kidding the NBC High Echelon. I said, if I knew then when I sold the show to you what I know now, I don't think I have the courage to sell it.
Or at least you would have tripled the price, wouldn't you?
Something like that. Triple the price, or just get out, because it's very tough. That's why we've been so fortunate to have two people like Gary Collins and Diane Moldauer, both well known to television audiences. They're just fine. Not only just as the actors, actor and actresses that we pick them for, and their ability and their looks, but their temperament, because you have to have something inside to get along with those lions. And Diane Moldauer has been knocked down and kicked over by the lions when they play. I mean, you know, they're awful big animals, and they like to play a lot. And she just picks herself up. One time I saw her do that. They just knocked her down, just trying to be gently playing with her. And I said, my God, I lost the actress. She'll be on the plane, and there goes the series. But she should picked herself up and went right back to work. And Gary's very good with the animals. You know, we always kid him as maybe being a little too brave. But they get lionitis, and it's amazing. And the country just grabs them, and they fall right into it. I know Gary's studying Swahili.
Is he?
Yes, and they visit native villages, and they're getting to be like real Africans in terms of their interest, you know, and not staying in a remote, isolated camp, but getting out to meet the people and traveling around when they can. Now, they do travel when shooting in the film, and they make sure they always talk with the natives and people around in their area.
Are the local people happy to have you there doing this kind of thing, or do they just tolerate you?
I think in Kenya, which is a very progressive African country and doesn't seem to have the other problems, they do welcome us. They're very friendly, and they're good workers. And most of them drive our trucks, and that's something. It takes a skill to drive those trucks through those roads and through that mud and through all conditions. They're unbelievable. I think they save us time and money, and they're invaluable. And then, of course, now we have our prop man, our assistant director, part of the camera crew are black Africans. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. We had to get a black tribal chief, or a poacher, really, a villain. And we had a tough time getting one and at that time and speaking the proper language. So we borrowed our prop man, who went in front of the camera, did a fine job. As soon as they said cut, he'd come right back, get his prop people, and start hacking away at trees and things like that. I couldn't believe it. He's going to be a star. We use our assistant cameraman, a black African, and another role. So we're being inventive as we go along also. But
David,
it gives a good flavor to the show.
Can you take any sort of license, though, with the things that the animals do, for instance, or any aspect of it? Or does it all have to be, you know, really right down the line and true to fact?
Well, when you say license, I'm not quite sure you mean. In other words, they're not circus animals. They're not trained that way. They're trained in terms of living with human beings. I mean, if that's just the word is trained, it's like this little fella, gal, is going to grow up with human beings, and they'll train to do certain things to direction, like you'll train a dog, you know, come here, do that, do here. But they don't train them to do kind of circus tricks and whatever. And so that you have a natural feeling with them. What we're asked, we don't want our Elsa to be a lassie. So only asking the lioness, to do things that we think would be normal for Elsa. That relationship between her and the Adamsons were unbelievable. She not only went wild, was grown up wild, and she went out and became wild again. but she came back with her cubs to visit them. And that's the actual truth, so it's an unbelievable relationship. And therefore, we can definitely depict that relationship by showing Elsa coming in and out of the camp and being petted and walking along with them and things like that. But we don't ask Elsa to be, like I say, some kind of super lioness.
David, I hope the series is a big hit for you, and I definitely am looking forward to seeing Born Free. Thanks for your time today. Does this baby have a name?
This baby, no, but we know. She can be Elsa Jr.
And she's purring. Elsa Jr. Good luck.
Well, okay, thank you very much.
She did so good.